What is going on, everyone? Welcome to your sixth AngularJS tutorial. In this tutorial we will study controllers and scopes. So let's discuss them one by one. So what is ng controller? Well, ng controller is a directive that can be used to split up your content. Instead of writing the whole entire code in one view, why just right there we can use controllers to split up our code, and if we want to write our business logic separately in different files, then we can use controllers. So it is always a good practice to use controllers, and since we are going to follow MVC architecture, that is model, view and controller, then controller is very important. So in MVC architecture, if you don't know, let me just explain it shortly. MVC architecture is model, view, controller. So in this, the models are the ones that interact with the database or the data, and the views are like simple HTML or JavaScript pages, and the controllers are actually the business logic. So these controllers are like the intermediaries between the models and the views. So let's discuss the controller. So in order to use the controller, we'll use one division tag, and inside that we'll just give ng controller, and we'll give it some name. So let's say test controller, test ctrl, and inside this what I will do is I will just print the names of the values, but right now I will not print them. I'll also take one script. So this is gonna be our controller file. So let me just write that, and script src is gonna be test.js. So this is gonna be our controller file, and this is where we'll write our controller code. So let's just create that file and let's name it test.js. And what I'll do is I'll now keep the name main app over here. This is the first time that we are going to use ng app. Now in our previous tutorials we never really wrote anything inside ng app, so now we'll name it a main app. Okay, and over here we'll just write var app equals the name angular dot module. Over here comes the app name, that is main app, and we'll leave this blank. Okay, because we don't really want to use the modules, because we are not dependent on other modules right now. So we are just going to keep this array blank, and we are going to write our controller logic. So app dot controller, then we'll write the name of our controller, that is test ctrl, and we'll write a function, and over here we will write the scope. So let me just tell you what is scope. Scope is an object that contains your variables and the functions. So if I just create one variable like scope dot name or scope dot age or scope dot profession, then I'll be able to use those values in my view. So it acts like an intermediary between your view and the controller. So if I just name it Brown, and if I just give the age, and if I also give the profession, that is web developer, let's say, that is right, and let me just add a semicolon after this. Okay, now this is correct. Now I'll be able to use these values. So let's see what values we have used here. We have used name, age and profession. Now I want to use these values in my view. So if I want to just print these values, I'll just use name, and again I'll use age, and I can use the profession after this. Let me just write age inside this, and again the profession. So if I just save this file as, let's say, what do I name it, let's say controller.html. If I just run it, let's see what we get on the browser. Okay, okay, we are not getting anything. Clearly we did not do something right. So what is it that we are missing? App.controller, test controller, function scope. Let me just check this once again. Let me just save it. Okay, now we are getting. Okay, so there was no need to add a semicolon after the last value. This way we can get our data in view from the controller. So I hope your concepts are getting the I was able to help you understand the controller and scope. So if you like the video, please hit like and also subscribe so that I can add more such videos. Thanks for watching.